Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is the Cessna TTX again. No, it didn't crash. The repair job I did on the undercarriage nose wheel broke during takeoff. Well, the nose wheel collapsed. There's no strength at all in it. But what I thought was a good repair turned out to be useless. It's the same problem. Oh well. So I hand launched it and it flew great. And then I thought, well, I could hand launch it, but no, I'm deciding it was not going to beat me. I'm going to put a steerable nose wheel on it. So at the moment I've had to cut it open again, split it open, back to square one, and this is where we are at the moment. Now what I've done is this whole piece came off, this whole piece here. It had actually sheared away completely down this edge here, completely broken along a line under there, if I can see that. This line here is completely just snapped straight off that. Yeah, it snapped off there, don't it? And on the other one it is a bit of a jagged edge. So what I'm doing is I've glued it back into place using CA glue. I'm now using epoxy to put this piece of ply, 3-ply, across here where this one was cracked. I've also put this piece of 3-ply against this piece and the side where this had split to hold it all in and give it extra strength. And underneath where the crack is, yes, you might still be able to see a crack under there. This side cracked here. Well, I've added this piece and I'll add another piece on top of that once these are dry. Then I intend to add a piece which will be quite crucial along this seam here, and it will butt up against it. So with that done, the next problem I've got is this steering arm. It snapped clean off. I've got some ideas. Here we are. Ta-da! So what have I done? This is the piece that broke off, as I've said in this video before. It's now supported here, inside there on this side, and inside on that side. And I decided to put a plate right across the back that actually this part glues onto, back here, just here. So this was clamped, this was clamped, and this was clamped, and it's one complete module now, and that will not break. So next is to fix this arm for the steering. This piece just snapped clean off. I could try and glue it because I've actually kept the part. I've still got the actual arm itself here, but how to connect those back together, and it is just pot metal, so you can't do much with it, but I don't know, we shall have to see. But this bit's done, I'm happy with it. I've test fitted it into the nose and it fits perfectly, but I'm not going to put it in yet because I've got to work on this arm connection here. And this gap, I left this gap here because I can get the speed controller through there, mount the motor, and I don't have to worry about anything, it will just sit there lovely. Now I had a thought. These were the two bits that were broken off. These two had separated right on the knuckle joint there. We used a thread to bind this piece to this piece, but I've also used CA glue where the brake was. So I've CA'd this part to this part first, then I've used epoxy, soaked thread in epoxy, and wrapped it around as tight as I can all the way around and down the shaft, then soak that in epoxy as well. And you know, I think it should hold. Because of that, it is a little bit fatter at the around this edge here, and therefore I have just filed away a bit of this surface and a bit of this surface, so it'll sit in there quite nicely with this bit going up through it, and it will turn. Now I might even have this back together today. The engine mount's back in. You can see the bracing I put across it. See the pieces of wood holding this centre thing. It's all tracking nice and straight. So the next thing I've got to do is stick the motor back on. Yeah, that's going to be okay.